Good morning. My name is Bob Stearns. I'm here with John Ottaviano, Golf Course Superintendent at Manchester Country Club, and we're going to take a few minutes and discuss the subject of rakes and bunkers. And primarily what we'd like to discuss today is the change in policy at Manchester Country Club of having the rakes inside the bunkers. As you know, in the past, we've had the rakes outside the bunkers, but John, you've been here 25 years or more. Can you tell us the history of rakes and bunkers, whether they've been inside, outside? Where have they been over these years?
Well, they've been both places. And as recently, I believe it was 2 years ago, that we changed back to putting the rakes outside the bunkers. Prior to that, the rakes were inside the bunkers. My personal preference would be to have them inside the bunkers because I think it gives a much more uniform appearance, a neater look. When they're left outside the bunkers, it has a look lots of times that they're just scattered and placed haphazardly. Another thing to consider is that when they're outside the bunkers, they can get run over by golf carts. They can obviously get run over by the mowers. So for the longevity of the rakes, they're better off on the inside. It does take more work for us because when we go out to maintain the traps on a daily or every other day basis, someone has to go and take the rakes and place them outside the bunker so that the sand trap machine can go and rake the trap out, and then someone has to come back behind there and place the rakes back in.
So the USGA recommends that rakes be kept outside the bunkers. Any idea why they do that?
Well, I think that they think that, the bunker, obviously it's considered a hazard, so they don't want someone's ball touching anything inside a hazard. I still maintain that if I was playing you in a match, that if, your ball came to rest against a rake and kept it out of the hazard, I would much rather that your ball had rolled into the hazard. So I think one of the considerations when we bought these rakes that some people enjoy and some people don't like at all, they have a loop handle, and the idea was that if they were to be placed outside, then there's much less surface to catch and stop the golf ball.
Right. The bottom line is that the rake is an obstruction in the rules of golf, and anytime the ball hits the rake, that's what we call a rub of the green. So whether the rake is inside or outside the bunker, it could ricochet one way or the other. That's just, you can have some good luck and you can have some bad luck. So the USGA also has a lot of people around when they have their tournaments to manage where the rakes are. We've had some issues where rakes have ended up all on one side of the bunker or all on the other. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, how to properly rake a bunker and where to position the rakes going forward, how to enter and exit a bunker. First, John, the ones with the curved handles, you explained that we're going to phase those out. Is that true?
I believe we will because I think there's enough people that aren't that happy with them. But personally, I like those rakes because, first of all, you don't have to bend over quite so far to pick it up, but it does have a longer handle and it's much easier on your back. So there was two considerations when we decided to purchase some of those. One, again, was if it was left outside the rake, but the other was we thought that it would be easier and better on people. And the people that like those, that's what they tell me. The people that don't, I don't think they like the looks of them.
Right. So the rakes will all have new stickers on them that say place rakes inside the bunkers, correct?
Correct. Although the one that says inside the bunker is smaller than the one that was on there previously that said outside the bunker, so there's a little bit of carryover there.
So let's talk a little bit about care of the bunker. So if we come into the bunker, we're on hole number 18 here in one of the lower bunkers, and you can see here that there's a low area and a higher area. So the idea here is if your ball comes into this bunker, you would enter the bunker from the low side. We always want to enter the bunker from the low side, and we always want to exit from the low side. So if our ball is up in this area up in here, I want you to go up there and we would want to enter the bunker like this. We would rake the area that where our footprints were, and then we would back out of the bunker towards the low side. We would not want to exit the bunker from the high side. John, can you comment a little bit about the sensitivity of the areas, the high sides of the bunkers, and why we don't want traffic on that?
Well, they're because of the slope that's there, you know, they're very delicate, and we actually try to have the employees of the maintenance staff, they're not allowed to walk on the faces of the bunkers. If they're doing bunker maintenance, they're supposed to be on the inside. The only time they would be on the outside of the bunker would be with a mower or a weed eater, and mostly because of the slopes, and it's hard for that turf to really root. And if people are stepping up into there, you know, you're just all you're going to do is rip the turf.
Right. And of course, it's always important to rake the bunker, period. Correct? We would want.
Correct.
That is correct. So anytime you come into the bunker, it's important to use the rake. Where would we want to place the bunker now? Where would we want to place the rake? After we get done with this, do we want the rake here in the front of the bunker like this, or where would we position it in this bunker?
Well, I think you want the rakes as close to the outside of the bunker as you can without keeping them up on a slope. So if you had a flatter area, you know, perhaps placing it like that would probably be the most proper way to do it. And we try to make sure that we have 2 to 4 to as many as 6 rakes at a bunker, depending on the size of the bunker. And it would really help if when you went into a bunker and you used a rake, if that was on that side of the bunker, that you left it on the same side so that the next person in would have one there and they wouldn't have to go walking around looking for a rake to take in with them.
Okay, well there you have it. 2013, rakes will now be inside the bunkers. Good luck.